which will explain all about my colourful life, especially my addiction, and how it manifested itself in all other areas.
So I always felt abandonment and fear-based disease as it is, and then allows an opening for the dark side to come in. You know, I used to think I was actually a better version of myself when I was drunk. I thought it was like my superpower. But how wrong was I?
If you or someone you know is suffering from addiction, don't hide it, don't pretend. Understand that you are not alone. There are millions of people in the same position as you. And if I can do it, maybe you can too. Please hit the like button now and follow my story, especially if you struggle with mental health and addiction. Thanks everyone.
Paul Buggy. Heroin to hero. Paul was addicted to drugs for 7 years. At 18, heroin was his choice of drug. By the time he reached 25, he decided to change his life and take up fitness. Paul learned the power of the mind. So at 30 years of age, he decided to become a Scots Guard. But after breaking his back and crushing his spine, the doctors put him back on drugs, and again he became addicted. Now I'll let Paul tell you the rest. I hope you enjoy this episode.
Good evening, guys, and welcome to another episode of the official All or Nothing podcast in collaboration with the Shinny Show. Tonight, heroin to hero, Paul Buggy. Welcome, buddy.
Hello, Decca. That was getting me excited there. That video, that was brilliant. Thank you, mate.
Well, Paul, you contacted me about 2 months ago. You reached out, you wanted to tell your story. I've done my research. And you know one thing I like about you, Paul, is you go out your way, spend your own time spreading that message on social media, and you're reaching out to people. Now you've got a platform tonight to tell your story on the official All or Nothing podcast and the Shinny Show. I'm dying to hear this, and so are the viewers. So, Paul, let's get it on.
Brilliant. Thank you, mate.
So, Paul, where did you grow up?
So, I'm from Edinburgh. Grew up in Edinburgh. I had a good upbringing. Amazing mum and dad, 3 brothers. So there's the first sort of stigma that it's bad breeding that causes people to take heroin or drink and things. You know, I had a good upbringing. I was taught from an early age that drugs are bad. Very early on, Decca, I was in a gang, integrated into a gang. I've watched all your podcasts. I've watched all the major podcasters, guests. I'm not a notorious criminal. I'm not a gangster. I know I just say to you there I was in a gang, but not in the same aspects from the stories that I've heard. It wasn't like that for me. It was just a group of friends that we went to school with who, off a night time, would go out and play football. Early on, would smash a few windows, throw stones at the police car and run away. Just those, light fires, and that was what life was like. It was just normal. As we sort of get older, the crime sort of started to get a little bit worse. Yeah, there were knives on the scene. Some of my friends did get slashed and stuff, but I was never really a part of those circles ever. I always distanced myself as much as I could. Then, I suppose going through my life, cannabis, alcohol, they were always on the scene from as far back as I can remember. There was older gang members who were old enough to go to the shops to buy bottles of Buckfast. or cider, it was always there. And I dabbled a little bit, but I never really got into it that much. I never really liked the feeling, to be perfectly honest. Then life's going no bad. I've got a job. I've got a car. I'm a boy racer. I'm cutting around Edinburgh, along Princess Street with the windows down, the tunes on full blast, trying to attract girls to come into my black Escort XR3 that I had, which was absolutely minted. Loved it. Then heroin flooded into the area where I stayed.
Now, this is one thing I'm going to ask you.